All right, but where were we?
I think we were about to die.
Yes, that's right.
The opposite of that.
Okay, let's see. I need this back up. It's going to try to.
By the way, Ross, I can see the board now. I reset the app on the laptop, and I can see the board and the dice. Thanks. Let me just roll a 2.
The dragon did, thankfully.
That is good. That's great.
Got that too.
This is for Warden. Does a 16 hit?
Yep.
Okay. Save versus poison. It'd be save versus death or save versus poison.
Okay. Let's see here.
Oh my. That's good? Or no?
There we go. I got beat at 12. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Because that's what this is. Okay. Alright. I just want to double check before I roll so that everyone knows the stakes at hand. Because I'm probably going to die here.
You had to beat a 12?
Yeah.
Okay. You take 1 point of hit points damage and your strength score. So what happens is this thing comes up, it slithers around, and then it brings its mouth around, and you're mostly able to dodge it, but this stuff is pouring out of its mouth, and then this acrid yellow smoke is pouring out of the sides of its mouth as well. And this stuff drips on you, and you find it puts you in horrifying pain. And you lose 6 points of strength.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 4 points.
Wait, when you're saving, you have to go under or over?
Over to save, yeah. Okay, and then let's see, that's 2 attacks, and then the last attack is so it kind of like rears its head up, and I'm gonna just it's gonna just start shooting. I'm gonna see if it shoots. Let's see, 6 o'clock. So it's going to shoot the bounders that are going to try to next round try to make it back. Hits. And it does 32 hit points of damage.
Wow. This is a very alarming animation.
Several of the bounders are dead because they're utterly incinerated as they're trying to make it back.
You said 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I went this way. It wouldn't do any good to go that way. There's nothing over there. It was either going to be you or them. Anyways, right. Okay, and Edward, roll a d6.
4.
A 4. It's able to act first. It's going to put a fireball right here.
Does it still only get every second round from sleepiness?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so it misses this round, and you are able to act.
So what's it do when it misses? Is it like falling asleep droopy? Or...
Yeah, you find that it all of a sudden and starts to act kind of drowsy. And it gives you more mere moments to act, additional moments to act. As you start missing every other round.
Is it easier to hit now?
I'm swinging an axe.
Is its mouth lolling open?
It's not lolling open. However, you can take this round to attack because it's not breathing. It's not trying to do a breath attack, but you can try to attack its mouth if you want. That being said, your weapon works. Period. It seems to slice through it like butter. Warden, what were you going to say?
I'd like to try to anchor its tail in some way, and maybe it would stop it from being able to aim its head freely. Because you said that it's got these spikes sticking out of it. Yeah. I was hoping I could use this like an anchor point to like throw ropes over it and like anchor it to the ground with pythons in the ground and or these sticks in the ground that are already there, and restrain its tail in some way so that it can't have as much freedom to move it.
Do you have rope?
Let me check. I do have rope. It is my 7th spot.
Okay.
On my...
It'll take a strength check to be able to pin it to the ground with your rope and pythons.
It's good because my strength is just reduced, so I feel like that's a great timing.
Okay, well,
Somebody else can help him, Brad.
Yeah, somebody else could help me, but that's my idea.
if you yell that out, does somebody else take their round to help?
Yeah, I mean, I've been.
Are there hobbits nearby
Snakes.
that can help him?
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab some rope out of my pack maybe and kind of get up there and yell for some hobbits to get the other one. Secure the other end. I'll try and throw
I've
one over.
got to be attacking this thing, I think.
Yeah, you attack.
Okay, so you all are taking your round to do that. Because you're doing that, I'm going to reduce that effort by 2. So Squints takes the rope, and Warden is taking it, and you're all trying to pin the tail down and drive the thing into the ground, so at least reduces it from moving around. And Squints is going to roll a d20. Got a 4, which is good, because he's trying to roll under the strength score. And so Squints is able to take the rope, and then you're able to pin it. So now its cone of being able to turn around is this in this kind of direction. So it can't spin around 180 degrees right now.
We can't see whatever you just did.
Oh yeah,
I
sorry.
can't see.
Its cone is like this a ways now
Okay.
for the next turn. So as long as that's the direction it's facing anyways. Okay.
I want to get out of that.
So yeah, I'm gonna get out of that, but also I rolled a 20.
Okay, you can roll for damage. Meanwhile,
a nat 20.
yeah, and you just roll for damage. It's an automatic hit then. So Tharnlin, meanwhile, you what did you roll? A d20? Lagged out again. I think it was a 14. I think it missed.
All right.
Okay,
Yep.
8 damage this time.
8. Okay.
Are you telling me a 20 does nothing special?
It just automatically hits in BX.
Okay.
Yep.
Goodness gracious.
You
House rules double damage?
Huh? No. So you take the blade and you slice open a gouge into it, Edward, and all of a sudden it opens up this slither of like yellow smoke that starts pouring out of the wound, and that magma-like stuff starts coming out of its side. And it looks like
Magma.
you've opened up another gouge, a chink in its hide.
Great.
And let's see. Everyone else acted except for Knob. Knob is going to, seeing that, Knob is going to try to attack that opening. He's going to come to where Edward is.
Yes, Knob.
That hits.
Nice.
Get it done.
And he takes just his little blade and he stabs it into that hole that you opened. This thing lists side to side drowsily as you start tearing it open. And let's see, Warden, you can roll a d6 for initiative. The dragon is able to act this turn.
Darlin, get out of the way, buddy.
I had 2.
2. It's able to act. Well, you went up to, well, okay, sure, you did that in the previous turn. Okay, so let's see. There is one little hobbit in its arc.
Oh Lord.
Yes.
Yes.
I think in its pain, it just shoots this gouge of fire over top of the hobbit and just like ignites a tree on the other side. The hobbit just is like ducks and is like that. And the remaining hobbits arrive this round to try to keep attempting to pin it in place. It's going to use one of its dice to react to that, and it knocks those hobbits out of the way. And the next turn, if it passes a strength save, on the turn it can act, it will also pull off the rope that you all have it pinned with. And then lastly, there is, well, nobody else is in its arc, so you all are able to act.
I will take my
We
spear.
need to try to wedge. We need to try to wedge these pikes that they brought in, because they brought in a bunch of wooden.
Do I have one
Dang.
dose of the wine sap left? Because I think
We should have half a bottle of the sap left because we only used 2 arrows worth of it.
No, I said, so you got the sheep, which, by the way, the sheep is still there. And then you used it a half for the first attempt and then 2, so a half for the second attempt. One of those, a half of the actual wine sap, did hit. So you've got basically half the effect.
So we have none left, though. I didn't.
You have none left.
I didn't know if we had. Okay.
But we have the sheep.
We had one dose
But
left.
you have
I
a
hadn't
sheep,
done my
that's
math
right.
well.
So
Pick up
let's.
that sheep and jam it in its mouth.
I'm gonna pick up the sheep and jam it in its mouth.
All right, I'm going to say that there's a chance, however
That
small,
I die.
that you can get eaten because you were trying to
Yep.
stick a sheep in a dragon's mouth. Okay, so
All right.
and it all comes down to a roll, and it's going to be a dexterity roll. If
Okay.
you fail, it's going to eat you.
So I have a dex of 11. Am I rolling above or below?
You want to get below it.
Okay.
Okay.
You got above it.
When I needed a 12, I get an 11. When I need 11, I get a 12.
Okay, so
Well, if I get eaten, the sheep does too, so it's fine.
yeah, okay.
I
So
sacrificed
you
myself
jump
to-
and you try to ram the slam dunk like basketball the sheep into the dragon's mouth. It goes in. However, make another save versus poison.
Oh,
You pass. Okay, so you're able to, and what you end up doing is actually it breaks your arm. Like you're like and this thing chomps on your arm, and you fall back out of its mouth off the side and slump and hit the ground.
That'll do.
Is anyone else?
You've done enough, friend.
Did it take my arm off? If it chomped down my arm, it probably took my arm off, didn't it?
No, you just broke it. You broke
Okay,
it
it's
in its
just backwards
mouth.
now.
Yeah. Okay, so
What about the
anyways,
sheep?
the sheep it ate. So what did everybody else do on this round?
Splashy,
Kind of waiting to
splashy,
see how that
splash.
shook it out first, but
Yeah, I mean, another attack, I think.
Okay.
now that we're up here, I got
too,
close
yeah.
enough to throw a rope over it, so I assume I'm in melee now. So I'm going to go at it with a hand axe,
We're
trying to get in. Well, so that gash that he did, that I'm on the wrong side for where he sliced it open, right?
Yes.
Darn. Okay.
Okay, well, I can run around to your side. give him one
Yeah.
over there.
You can
He's
do
occupied.
that.
He's occupied trying to eat Warden.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Go for it. Did you already...
I rolled a 19.
19, all right. And what would you
19
do
is
for
really actually a 21.
21? And the damage?
Damage is 7.
7, okay. You rip another gouge open on its opposite side. All right. What is everybody else doing?
Then I see that gouge open up, and I'm trying to dig into that with my hand axe.
Okay.
Ooh, that's actually not. I rolled it. It should be a 13, not a 14.
13. Not only does it, you get your blade and it moves and it hits the hide, but you notice that the acid gets on the blade and it starts eating away at the edge. You realize that every time you start digging into one of these wounds, that this like acid is pouring out of the side, the same stuff that got on Warden. Tharnlin, what'd you get? Tharnlin?
He rolled a 7.
7. And then Bashar.
I only got a 7. Just a 7. 7
Oh.
only.
Roll
Missed.
4.
A 4. Okay.
Quick question. I assume that was
7
not worthy
miss.
of a backstab since it's still tied up or anything.
Maybe let's do next time, because
Okay,
yeah,
that's fair.
You,
That's fair. I
you
didn't
did a
say
whole
it
thing where you
beforehand.
coordinated with another player and all kinds
Yeah,
of
that's
stuff.
what I figured.
Okay.
I just want throwing it out there for.
All right, so you got the sheep in this thing's mouth. So what I'm going to say is it loses its entire turn. Okay, and what it's going to do is it's going to keep it. It's going to do this thing where it's able to take every other turn after this one, but it does that earlier, and it's not going to be able to try to get out of those constraints. That's how it slows it down. So it loses this turn, and you are able to act again.
I would like to yell at the hobbits to shore up all the pikes, get them driven into the ground, and really wedge them in there tight, and keep the beast contained.
There's only a few hobbits left. I'm going to do it at -4.
Okay.
Can I help them? That's what I want to spend my turn doing anyway. Is continuing to make.
There you go, Steve. Finally.
Yes, there we
Hold
go.
on. Okay, so let's start with Edward. You're yelling out. Edward, you're fighting? So
Yes, I'm
Warden,
all everything. I'm all swinging away.
So Warden, you're trying to help pin it in place. Is anyone else trying to do that?
Flat out miss this time.
I'll say that Squints and Knob help you, and because your strength is low, I'll do another -3 to the check with Squints. And that passes, so you're able to pin it in place for another round. For the next round.
3 rounds? So it's 3 rounds.
No, yeah. The next time it moves, which is the next round. Okay, anyways, let's see. Edward, what'd you get?
I missed. It was a 2.
And then Tharnlin. Bashaw?
20.
20 hits.
2 points of damage.
Where were you aiming at?
Aiming at the mouth.
The mouth. A 20 does hit for 2 points of damage.
So now, would I be able to, after hacking into it and it's restrained a little bit and it's drowsy, could I kind of, I don't know, is there any way to get a backstab now?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to roll for Tharnlin, and it misses.
Okay. So I'm going to go for the mouth. We'll just say that before I see the result, and that sucked, so it doesn't go anywhere.
Okay.
So.
All right. So this is its chance to act on the next turn, but it's not able to move or break its restraints because you all have it in place. So Bashar, roll a d6 for initiative.
It's a 5.
This guy definitely would have gotten out of the way. That's crazy. All right, you are able to act first.
Stab. I miss with a 1.
Oh no. Yeah, it's just hard to
And
penetrate.
the other chance for a backstab if I slink to the other side of its face.
So at this point, I think Warden draws his bow, and then he goes to pull back the string and realizes that his arm doesn't bend at all. And he's like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, exactly. The bow is. Yeah, and then
I got
Bashar.
another nat 20.
Bashar, what were you aiming at?
Aiming at the mouth again.
Let's see. 17 minus 4 is 13. That does not hit.
Oh, okay.
And then
higher. Okay.
a nat 20 does hit. Roll for damage.
Nat 20.
Okay, we got 10 damage this time.
Okay. Describe how you kill the dragon.
It as it's trying to shake its head to clear itself of this fog that it's in, it raises its neck, and I simply stab upwards, driving it through into some sort of part of the spine, I guess.
Yeah, when you do that and you drive it up through the neck and you release the blade back out of it, just behind you there's just this just like it pours that acid out all around it. It starts getting on your all's boots and feet and eating into the boots. You can feel the heat from it. You all start to back up, and this thing it just slumps to the ground after you do that, and its mouth lolls open, and you see it just start to sink into this acid and eat itself away until the ground is full of acid. And in the center of this pool of acid, all that remains is the skeletal remains of a dwarf.